It is my pleasure to introduce someone really who has been a most supportive and focused leader in Valley Technology, Microsoft's Corporate Vice President, Dan Lewin.
Great. Thank you all very, very much. We're all so pleased to be here tonight. These kinds of evenings are very, very special. I think at the end of the day, we all know that life is about the people you meet and the stories and the images, and this is always one for the books and one to share with your friends. Microsoft is honored to sponsor the Tech Awards Education category for the 8th year. At Microsoft, we have a simple mission, and that's to enable people and organizations throughout the world to realize their full potential. The 2011 Microsoft Education Laureates are using technology and new ways of learning to help thousands of people reach their full potential. Using PCs, interactive applications, and cloud and mobile devices, they're developing creative teaching methods to support individuals overcoming barriers to education around the world. So on behalf of all the men and women of Microsoft, we're humbled by the laureates' passion and dedication for education, and we salute your contributions. Please join me in watching the video about the laureates' projects and their brilliant accomplishments.
I'm Michelle Bird.
I'm Asi Burak, Games for Change.
Games for Change is a nonprofit. We are advocates for using games to affect social impact.
I was born in Israel, in a place where, it's all about tanks and airplanes, and then you go to the army 13 years later. At the same time, I was very interested in media and entertainment. And there was always this gap of, I'm doing stuff that is actually escaping from reality, while I live in this reality that is all about conflict and very intense events.
How can you have a game about something that's a difficult subject matter, where you're trying to teach something, and how can that be fun?
Taking this very powerful media and harnessing it for social good. The early examples, and the most famous one, is a game called Darfur is Dying, that a student in Los Angeles made. You enter the shoes of a refugee in Sudan. For the first time, you were able to see that perspective. Awareness raising is the first step in really generating empathy. Some people, they play the game and they had tears in their eyes. So it's kind of double satisfaction. You're doing something you like and you feel that you're good at, and at the same time, you really make a difference. And you really change the way people think and behave.
I'm Kathy Perkins, Director of the PhET Interactive Simulations Project. A lot of the problems that the world faces today are technology-based. And one of the things that I think is really important for the future of our world is that a lot of people are scientifically literate. So when they come to make decisions around these global problems, they're making ones that are informed by science. When PhET first started, we had to figure out how to create an interactive simulation that was really going to go beyond what was already out there. These simulations provide an intuitive game-like environment where we can make the invisible visible. Students just immediately engage in them. They start interacting with them, and as they interact with them, they discover and learn new things. So I know a simulation's working when I walk into the classroom and I see them actively building atoms by dragging in atoms, protons, and neutrons, and they're shouting things like, "Oh, I made lithium." And then when the teacher asks them to share, they all raise their hands, ready to share out the new science ideas they learned. Today, our sims are translated into 64 languages, and they're used over 22 million times per year by teachers and students from elementary through university. And so by really investing in creating a good simulation, then we can bring that tool to all these teachers around the world that are teaching their students and help their students learn science better. And that's just really motivating.
My name is Brooke Tagabu.
I'm Shane Etzenhauser, co-founder of WizKids Workshop.
In Ethiopia, we don't have any kind of education before age 7. My dad never learned how to read and write, so I know how important education is.
I was developing media production tools. I heard about somebody in Ethiopia who did children's media. I went there and volunteered at the school. These guys that I hung out with in this school, they all wanted to get married, and I would tell them, not me.
I was a school teacher.
And then 5 months later, I was engaged to Brooke.
The Ethiopian alphabet, we have about 231 letters, and the way we taught them is through rote memorization. That's not a very welcoming environment for the children.
And we connected that with the fact that there aren't preschools and kindergartens in Ethiopia.
Creating some kind of educational video or production would bring an innovative way to teach children how to read and write.
I had experimented with creating little puppet shows for my niece.
I made actually about 20 puppets, and Sahai stood out, which is a yellow giraffe. Sahai loves learning, and she likes to teach you through songs and music.
She found a caterpillar, and her neighbor told her this would be something beautiful someday. So we drew that out into a number of episodes about how to take care of that caterpillar. Her expression of love had to be in setting this pet butterfly free.
She speaks like me because I'm the voice. I can see through this program they can reach their full potential. If we can build that kind of citizen in the world, that's what motivates me.
And here they are, the Microsoft Education Award laureates for 2011, Games for Change. PhET Interactive Simulations. And WizKids Workshop.
Okay. All right. Now comes the hard part, getting the envelope. All right. So, the winner for the Cash Prize Award for the Microsoft 2011 Education Laureate Award is PhET Interactive Simulation, University of Colorado Boulder.
Thank you. I'm Kathy Perkins, Director of PhET. What an honor and privilege to be here tonight among all these individuals and organizations working to benefit humanity. On behalf of the entire PhET team, I want to thank those who make these awards possible, to everyone at the Tech Museum and Santa Clara University, to the judges and mentors, to Applied Materials, and a special thanks to Microsoft. This award will enable us to build a new online teacher support center. PhET Interactive Simulations was born out of Carl Wyman's vision and dedication to making science accessible and meaningful to everyone. Thank you, Carl, for sharing this vision and for your exceptional mentorship. Thanks to the whole PhET team for bringing your passion and expertise to improving science education. And of course, to our funders, past and present, Carl Wyman for donating his Nobel Prize money, the Hewlett Foundation, the O'Donnell Foundation, the National Science Foundation, King Saud University, and the Kavli Foundation. Finally, please share these simulations with teachers and students here and around the world. Together, we can work to advance science literacy and education worldwide. Thank you.